I am not ready to start dating again. I just feel deprived of intimacy. It's not even the sex as much as like the little moments. You know how with Peter, he'll just walk by you and touch you?
No, not really. Now he just hands me books on relationships.
Good. It sounds like you guys are working on it.
Yep. I'm planning a surprise date night, which will involve very little reading.
Don't start that one.
Okay, wait a minute. Even me?
Yeah.
How is it?
Really good.
Really good. Mm-hmm. Oh, lovely.
You're Theo, right? We know your sister from band. I'm Freya. I've been with your office and Jules from Dance with Clarinet. Yeah.
How about one play? Go touchdown, one play.
Last week of the game. Oh, he caught it. He's a wide receiver.
Oh, you like football?
Yeah, my dad lives out there. Roll Tide, baby. Are you going to the homecoming rally on Friday?
Yeah, it's mandatory for the team.
Jules is gonna go too. So literally hate you, Freya. We do hope that you come on Friday because we want to initiate you.
Initiate me into what?
We'll find out.
Cashier's check for $5,000 that we sent over as a deposit. It's a win.
When we win.
I couldn't find an old inspection report.
So we have no idea what the condition of the interior is.
Nope. They can sell it as is.
I know she's ugly, but I love her.
All right. 5818 Stone Avenue. Bidding starts at $34,000 and goes in $2,000 increments.
$50,000, not a penny.
We don't have a penny more.
And now remember our strategy. Calm and dispassionate.
This is so exciting.
Game, face, loopy.
Do I have 34,000? Do I have?
That's a good boy.
Hey, I'm trying to teach the dog this today. Sorry. It's just like me.
You said it, not me.
How long are you planning on staying in the guest house?
I'm looking for my place. I'm said I can stay there for as long as it takes.
Hurry it up. Pretty soon you'll be about as welcome as an outhouse breeze.
Hey! Whoa! Let me help you with that.
1,000 pieces? That's a big puzzle for a little dude.
Well, I'm someone to do this with because it's Abby's birthday party and she didn't invite me.
It's Ivy's birthday.
Can you call her mom and apologize for whatever you did?
Who's Ivy?
Just stay out of this.
I'm his grandmother and his daughter hates him, so now I can't go. Somebody needs to talk to her. The whole class is away except me, and it's laser tag.
I'll take care of it. $48,000 is the bid from the gentleman. Do I have 50?
50,000.
Do I have 52? Do I have 54?
$54.
54. Do I have 56?
I'm up.
Sold for $54,000. I'll take your deposit, and once I get a cashier's check with the remaining amount, you'll get the keys.
Thanks.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The sixth stage of grief, desire. That's a tricky one because it feels so good that it's easy to forget how dangerous it can be.
With unlimited from Metro and the new iPhone SE, Gabriel rules. After a hard day on the job, he's still working hard, making sure a family tradition.
Americans will eat over 8 million pounds of guacamole.
Is a tradition. Get the brand new iPhone SE for less than $100 when you switch to Metro. And right now, get 4 lines of unlimited for just $25 each. Metro. That's all Gabriel needs to rule his day.
It's been 75 years since your ancestors served in World War II. Many of their stories remain untold. Find and honor the veterans in your family. Their stories live on at Ancestry.
Oh my God. Okay, next time we go to Starbucks, I get me a s'mores.
There's some more flavor at Starbucks now?
Yes, I have before. It's incredible.
America's original declutter obsession.
Will you let us fix this house for you?
I'm ready.
USA Today calls it enthralling.
I sat down, went down, gave me all stars.
Do you need this table?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we got Max. Yeah, yeah.
Careful, your shoelaces untied.
Thank you.
But I came back again. Open my heart, I lay with the irony. Just when I think I've had enough, I fall in love again. Just when you thought you'd had enough, you're in love again. It's a complex emotion. And we're right to it all.
Hell of a fantasy.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I know your exercise time is sacred, but I need your help.
What's wrong?
JJ, turns out he was uninvited for my granddaughter's birthday.
Oh, I know. He told me.
He asked me to call my daughter, and I did. But she blocked me.
Oh, there.
It turns out that my family mess is affecting your family. And I feel sick about that. Could you call her?
Your daughter?
Tell her that I won't drop him off or pick him up. She won't have to see me.
Listen, getting more adults involved in this isn't the answer.
Well, how do you suggest we fix it?
Some things can't be fixed, Larry. Kids get disappointed. It's okay. It's our job as adults to teach them how to weather that disappointment.
Sure, for fixing things.
Grab that oyster flat side up. Put your knife in the hinge there. Just twist it. Come apart.
It's easier if you just slip the knife between the two shells.
It's all about speed, deal, and my ways, master.
Oh. Oh, we don't contradict chefs in their own kitchen, so we're gonna let him in.
Would you like to race?
Me? No, I don't want to embarrass you. Leo.
Oh, shots fired.
I guess we're racing. 5 oysters each. Not you. Let's see what you're made of.
No.
Ready? We're ready. Count us down, dude.
3, 2, 1, go.
Five stars, Max. Yeah.
I win. You lose. You did. Because why? I win. You know why you lost? Because I won. So nice. Have fun, boys. I won, everyone. Thank you so much.
Are you in there?
Margo. She's.
Well, I think these 2 senior girls are in me.
Oh, girls, no room?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe just the one. We'll see tomorrow. There's a party.
The party?
Yeah, the one to initiate me.
The what?
Drugs, sex, rock and roll.
You're fine.
Your condition is covered.
I will.
What did you?
Oh, first I go with you, but that was his thing. According to this blog I found, How Widows Collective, sexual desire is nothing to be ashamed of.
Look at the guy.
Did your paper oncology and sexual desire?
It's been going on 5 months. Before that, it was 6. So I you take me.
It's been 7 months.
Laura was in the same boat.
Laura?
Creator of the blog. She wasn't ready to date. She was really missing human contact. You know what she did?
You gotta tell me even if I don't.
She told her brother she really wanted to kiss a guy, sort of as an experiment. To see
Oh,
if she
come
could get
on, that's my goal
brother
ticket.
wants to kiss my sister, friend of a
What
friend.
in the
Volunteer.
world?
She said the ground rules. All the ways to strictly kissing 1 hour.
Don't you dare pick me on Twitter.
I won't, but you know, maybe I could ask around. I know a lot of nice single straight guys up in Charlotte.
No, that's weird and gross. I'll get another haircut. I don't even want color.
It's all over us. This is pathetic. Hey,
Ready?
oh my heavens. Wow. Oh my
We
heavens.
spent all our money.
It will be okay.
Evan, we spent all our money. We have to live here while we renovate. How do we live here?
It just needs to be cleaned, and it'll be fine.
There's no oven. Or sink. Or bathroom. There's no toilet. Can we do that? Can we sell you a house with no toilet?
I think that's what as is means.
Well, at least there's a refrigerator. I'm gonna throw up. Where do I throw up? Oh God!
Go outside.
Don't come with me.
Wow, well, Lord.
No matter how much you clean, does your house still smell stuffy? That's because your home is filled with soft surfaces that trap odors and release them back into the room. So try Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze finds odors trapped in fabrics and cleans them away as it
Mine
dries.
changed my
Use Febreze every time you tidy up to keep your
I
whole house
have
smelling
a
fresh
gun
air
ticket.
clean.
You can
Fabric
one.
Refresher even works for clothes you want to wear another
Wow.
day. Make Febreze part of your
There
cleaning
he
routine.
goes.
For
There he
home
goes.
freshness.
There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Now do more and go in. Alright, he just did it.
Go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there
Yours,
with
5,
confidence and peace of
3,
mind.
4,
If you need to make sure
5.
history,
Yeah,
it's
max.
84 months on any one of those popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. And when you do, your Chevy Clean dealer.
Now, don't forget, Buffy comes over. Give her some TLC too, okay?
Hey, I just wanted to say goodbye.
Okay.
You are living with the new associate in maternal fetal medicine at Miami Medical Center. I leave next
Just
week.
missing one star.
I'm sorry, I feel like I never got to know you.
Yeah, well, you were on leave while I started my fellowship.
I don't put come on.
I wanted to say I'm sorry about your husband. I've meant to 1,000 times, but it never seemed the right time.
Thank you.
I don't know how you're still standing. Which is a very weird thing to say to someone who's actually sitting down, but I think you know what I mean.
I do, and really, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Are you married?
No, but God, Gary did a job, but so far no luck with the ladies.
Wait a minute, you bought this place?
Wow.
Right? We got it for a steal. How much, Lou?
$54,000.
Because that was your whole nest egg.
Which was sitting in a bank barely collecting interest. And we figured what we were paying in rent, we could put into this house and have an asset and a home. And Evan has a whole plan to fix up more houses in the neighborhood.
Oh, are you going to find the time in school?
I'm not going back to school.
This is his school. He has a vision.
What is it you two want?
$20,000 to pay for renovations.
Yeah, a loan. We'll pay you back.
Let's take a look inside.
Oh.
What? That one guy that likes the picnic, he'll see all sorts of ways to fix it.
Yep.
So as you know, this is one of the first neighborhoods built by free blacks in the South, and now it's in danger of being gentrified. We want to show people that restoring these houses and retaining their character is affordable.
I like that in theory. Evan, is it actually affordable?
I haven't gotten an engineer in here yet, but the foundation looks solid, and with cosmetic updates and
He wants to tear down this wall and then put in a wall of windows. There's endless potential.
And of course, endless potential means endless permits, right? And construction.
I know. We're not asking for all the money, just for a loan so that we can live here while we renovate. And we both are going to work double shifts, triple shifts.
Oh no! Robin!
oh,
Really?
Look at this mold.
Oh, don't touch that.
this area is prone to flood, so some mold is to be expected. We'll need to do an abatement.
And get flood insurance.
Which is expensive.
Can we not just focus on all the negatives? Do you guys have anything nice to say?
Window trim is nice. Lou and Evan, can you guys give us a minute? This is a disaster.
Rock, mold, the bathroom install, forget 20. That almost 40, easy. I love it for their passion.
Well, in this case, passion's overrated.
It says bankruptcy and foreclosure.
I like Evan's plan.
So do I. I just don't think this place sets them up for success. I mean, I wish I thought this was a good idea. I really do.
Well, they bought it already, so you can't just not tell them. Well, maybe this is something we actually can fix.
All right. We want to start by acknowledging your vision and your passion and your gumption.
Gumption? Is that your word or Larry's?
You asked for a loan from the council. We all agreed on certain crucial points that factored into our decision.
You think this house is a money pit? Now, speaking from experience, Peter and I have renovated and flipped houses.
That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to flip this house. We want to use it as a calling card for future investments.
We just don't think this is the house.
We get it. You're saying no.
Well, we're saying more than that.
Lily, Evan, obviously this bank took advantage of your inexperience. Fortunately, I happen to know a lot of bankers.
We think we can get you out of this.
We signed escrow papers.
Notarized.
Phone call or two, around the golf. I can see if I can get them unnotarized.
No, you might lose your deposit.
I think that's $5,000.
Light of day. Look around this place. Is this really your vision?
What about you, Anthony? You think we're in over our heads?
Yeah. I do.
That sucked.
Yeah. Talk about weathering a child's disappointment.
Could have been worse.
How?
We could be out $20,000.
Ah! You shouldn't laugh. It's not funny.
Well, since we're all here, we need to talk about sex.
Did you tell them?
Oh, tell us what?
Nothing.
Okay, well, what I'm talking about is Theo. To be flirted with hard by a senior. I'm assuming you and Scott gave him a big sex talk.
Yeah. Scott did. But I think he meant to. We never talked about it.
Okay, we have to assume that he did.
My son is being seduced by an older woman, and we've left him woefully unprepared.
And the council can help out. We'll give him a sex talk.
Yeah, one word. Abstain until he's old enough to pay for any babies you might make.
Like it or not, kids are gonna have sex.
Well, not necessarily. I say we still abstinence is cool.
I say we don't do anything. Theo doesn't want the whole council in his sex life. Maybe just one of you as my wing.
Happy to do. See you at home.
Oh,
What?
Henry from maternal fetal medicine is willing to kiss me. Is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
You did it? You asked someone?
This is all your fault.
I feel like a proud papa. Oh, my baby's going into the world.
Where's Charlotte? We're gonna be late.
She's already done in the car.
Okay. Well, I'll be back by 10 then.
No, hold on. Not so fast. I sent her ahead so that we could have a little chat.
About?
Well, it's come to my attention that you've caught the eye of a girl at school.
Dude.
No, don't get mad at Anthony. We had to have this conversation eventually.
God, can we please not though?
No, we have to make sure you know about sex, not just intercourse. Can you help?
I got the sex. Sex, as you know, means many things. It can be oral or manual,
And it's great.
It's also great not to have sex.
Totally, but if you are going to have sex, then you should never. No, what I mean is, you should always.
Well, what makes sex great is when you love the person that you're with and they love you.
This is actually traumatizing.
And when you're in a committed long-term relationship, sex can be more than just physical, right? It can be passionate, it can be intimate, it can be love-making.
Okay, I'm either going to leave or I'm going to throw up. Which one?
No, wait, please. Because when it's not love-making, you have to be careful and you have to be respectful. You have to get consent, verbal consent. You need to know that your partner wants to have sex with you, and they have to make that explicit, always.
Okay, now can I please have your consent to leave?
I think that went well.
Theo! Hey, Theo. Hold up. I didn't think you'd be a Fed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a Fed.
Just takes one time, too. One thoughtless mistake, you take it from me. It can have ramifications like you cannot imagine. Got me? Have fun tonight.
Hey, Lily from AT&T here. I'm back, and while most stores are open, I'm working from home and here to help. Here's a tip. Get half off the amazing iPhone 11 on AT&T, America's fastest network for iPhone. Second tip, you can put googly eyes on your stuff to keep yourself company. For example, that's Geraldo. He's my best friend. Oh, sorry, Nancy, I forgot you were there.
You'd be amazing. iPhone 11 for half off. America's fastest network for iPhones.
Yeah.
Do it every night. I live alone, but I still do it every night. Right after dinner.
Definitely after you. Like clockwork.
Do it. Run your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum. A load with as few as 8 dishes is all it takes to save water. An Energy Star certified dishwasher uses less than 4 gallons per cycle, while hand washing uses that every 2 minutes. So do it. Run your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum. The surprising way to save water.
I was born during quarantine. For my mother, it was a very difficult time. But she wasn't alone. Everybody tried to do what they could to help. We can get through this. We all have the strength to do it. I've seen it.
Hey guys! Charlotte, you have to get your flute and get over there. We're about to start playing.
Come on. Okay. You need a safe one.
Just leave me alone.
That's right. If you say, just leave me alone, I'll know you need to be rescued.
No, actually, just leave me alone. I got this.
Hey, don't forget the text. Come on, kid, do it tonight. Oh, no, I'm not here to babysit. I'm here to see JJ.
JJ! Larry's here for you.
Alright, so I shouldn't be more than, say, an hour and a half to this PTA meeting. Hey, Larry. What?
Nothing. He just... Nice.
No, I'm overdressed for the PTA.
Larry, do you not turn? Can you do the laser tag?
I tried again. She won't talk to me, son. But I was thinking I can take you bowling tomorrow.
I hate bowling!
You rush into everything.
What exactly do you mean by everything? Does that include our marriage?
I'm just saying this was a pretty colossal screw up.
That's all you're saying.
Yes, Evan.
So do you think that we should take Larry up on his offer?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
Home. Pete.
circle up. Find someone's hand.
Hey, wanna be my prayer buddy?
Yeah, totally.
Lord, may everything we are be a prayer to you. May we fulfill our potential tomorrow, be it on the field, in the band, or as a part of the cheer squad.
Cheer squad definitely needs our prayers.
We are in awe of you. May we realize the goodness all around us. Amen.
Amen.
Let's go. It's time for the initiation.
What? I can't. I drove my sister.
Jim, come, Jim.
How to do me? Robin is just gonna hook up with something.
Not hook up like sex, just a little makeout session.
Well, good for her. I'm just surprised, that's all.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm not surprised she's gonna do it. I'm surprised you're encouraging her. I mean, it's not like you. You're a little,
What?
uptight.
Right.
Oh, come on, you know this about yourself.
No, I don't. Is there anything else you want to tell me about myself?
Well, this is what working on a marriage looks like. We air out our grievances.
Well, I'll air this. You say we never spend any time together, and I surprise you with a couples massage, and you seem unhappy.
Baby, I'm happy. I want a massage.
But
What? I'm touched. Really?
15 years together, you think I don't know you? You're mad about something.
A couples massage looks like something that we're doing together. But we're not really together. I mean, we'll both be quiet, staring at the floor or the ceiling, thinking our own thoughts. Doesn't make me feel closer, it makes me feel lonely.
I really do.
Play with some people.
I feel ridiculous.
After this game.
Don't feel ridiculous. Or do feel ridiculous. It's up to you. This is all up to you.
At Sprint, we understand saving money for your family is now more important than ever. That's why we're offering our best unlimited deal. Switching at 4 lines of unlimited for just $100 a month. That's right, 4 lines for $100. If that's not enough, to really amp this up, we're including 4 amazing iPhone 11s on us when you trade in iPhone 6S's or newer in any condition. And now, Sprint customers enjoy expanded roaming access on the T-Mobile network. Shop from the comfort of your home at Sprint.com or come see us in our stores.
Rubbing grease feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Ultra. Its superior grease cleaning formula gets to work faster, making easy work of tough messes. Dawn is a go-to grease cleaner throughout the kitchen too. Keep a bottle in the laundry room to pre-treat greasy stains, and keep Dawn in the garage to lift grease off car rims. It's even gentle enough to clean wildlife affected by oil. Dawn's grease cleaning power takes care of tough grease wherever it shows up. Scrub less, save more with Dawn.
I was born during a quarantine. For my mother, it was a very difficult time, but she wasn't alone. Everybody tried to do what they could to help. We can get through this. We all have the strength to do it. I've seen it. People. No.
Thank you for this.
My stepmother Evelyn was the determining factor.
You told your stepmother about this?
No. She was the first woman my dad dated after my mom died. He met her in a grocery store buying tampons for my sister.
Okay.
There's my dad. His wife got a month, maybe 2. in the feminine hygiene file, completely out of his depth, and along comes Evelyn. Maybe if he kissed a few women in the front seat of his car first, took it his time, he would have realized Evelyn's a narcissistic bore, which she is, and you are crying. Oh my God, I made you cry.
No, you just made me think of Scott. When he was dying, he kept thinking of things to tell me, and sometimes it was really good life stuff. But this one time, it was just the girls prefer the tampons in the purple box.
Thanks.
I'm really sorry. I dragged you all the way out here, and I don't think I can kiss you, Henry.
I had a nickel for every time a woman said that to me. Can I hold your hand? Not in a sexual way, but in a two people in a car. Apparently know one another, but one of them is your husband, the other's nervous about going to Miami kind of way.
Yeah, let's try that.
Tell me how you met your husband.
Why are we in a cemetery? To introduce you to Eloise.
Who's Eloise?
This is Eloise. She died like 100 years ago, and her parents built this statue or tomb or whatever, and we like to come talk to her.
About what?
Our parents.
My dad died when I was 2.
My mom died 3 years ago.
Our dad died this year. Why'd you think we brought you here? Want to invite you to join our club, the Dead Parents Society.
If you're ever feeling bad, you guys can come talk to her too.
Why don't you go to your mom's grave or whatever?
I guess I just prefer to talk to a person. Eloise is kind of like a person.
You are kind of like people too. If you ever want to talk.
There's Sarah in your bed, honey.
Yeah.
Going for the edge pieces. Smart.
Not really smart to say you do a puzzle. I missed 2 parties last year when I became a boy. Both because parents freaked out. This is my 3rd. I wish parents would just get their act together. What did you do to make her hate you so much?
You know, I used to drink alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes drinking makes you say stupid things or act in ways that aren't nice.
So, you used to be a bully?
Yeah. I was a bully. I'm sorry you didn't get invited to Ivy's party.
I'm sorry you didn't get invited too.
You know you got an edge piece staring right at you.
Hey! Where's Mom?
Out. School thing.
Why's Hope still up?
Oh, every time I go down, she cries.
She's just messing with you. She cries for like 10 seconds to see if you buy it, and then she stops. You messing with him, Hope?
Wow. Thanks.
You gotta admire Hope's gumption. Am I right?
Lou, I am sorry about today.
You guys don't want to give us the money.
Fine. Just say that. You guys basically called us idiots. We're not idiots.
Well, then stop acting like idiots. You spend all your money on a house sight unseen, and you have no plan except for us to value out.
Yes, we do.
Then do it. Prove me wrong. Prove us all wrong.
So you don't think we should let Larry cancel the deal?
No, I don't think you should care what I think. You're the one who has to want it.
You sound like my dad.
It just feels easy, Peter, to blame me for everything. We got to fight right now. You're just enjoying the song. I'm not enjoying it. I'm tense. And I think you need to take some responsibility for your own happiness. I know. And I do. I don't love my job. I feel like Tess doesn't need me anymore. I miss you. I miss us. I don't want to get a divorce. A divorce? Who said anything? It happens. All the couples drift apart.
Yes.
Oliver, how could I what? Ooh, it wasn't me. See, you blame me for everything. Oh, yes. Please, just get out of here.
That's fine. I was so worried that kissing someone would feel like cheating. This was so much more intimate. Talking about Scott.
Did it feel like cheating?
No. No, it felt like progress.
That's what I'm here for.
You're a really good guy. I mean, you're gonna kill it in Miami.
Thank you.
Hey, if you're still game, can I kiss you? Not in a sexual way, you know. I want the first kiss after my husband to be with a good guy. And you're a good guy.
Sure.
Hey, Freya just liked one of my Instagram posts.
Oh no. What does that mean? Do you need a safe word? What about SpongeBob SquarePants?
Shut up.
Shut up.
You know what? I think Jules is into you.
Wait, really?
Surfer girls got the powers that can change the world, change the world, change the world. Yeah, surfer girls got the powers that can change the world. When rain is there, you make it beautiful world. The surfer girls got the powers that can change the world, change the world, change the world.
At Sprint, we understand saving money for your family is now more important than ever. That's why we're offering our best unlimited deal. Switching at 4 lines of unlimited for just $100 a month. That's right, 4 lines for $100. If that's not enough, to really amp this up, we're including 4 amazing iPhone 11s on us when you trade in iPhone 6s or newer in any condition. And now, Sprint customers enjoy expanded roaming access on the T-Mobile network. Shop from the comfort of your home at Sprint.com or come see us in our stores.
Clean dishes as you cook to save time and stay ahead of the mess. But scrubbing still takes time. Now there's new Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray, the faster, easier way to clean as you go. It cleans grease 5 times faster. On easy messes, just spray, wipe, and rinse. On tough messes, the spray-activated suds cut through grease on contact without water. Just wipe and rinse. Get dishes done faster. New Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Spray, wipe, rinse.
JJ's asleep. That puzzle's a beast.
Anthony? I'm heading out.
Robin home yet?
Not yet. Speaking of health,
Hi. Wow. It's like I have a welcoming.
how was your meeting?
Good. It went well.
I'll bet.
How was your party? Did you have fun?
Not as much fun as you did.
I don't know if I call PTA meeting fun.
I saw you. I saw you just now, in the car, making out with some random dude.
Theo, let me explain.
Don't even.
Theo, that was, I,
Get out of here.
I'm so sorry that you saw it. Theo, can you please no? That was a friend from work. It meant nothing, I promise you.
What about sex being beautiful? What about being in love? Mom, what about that? Are you in love?
No, and we didn't have sex.
Is he your boyfriend?
No, he's a man that I kissed because I wanted to know what it felt like to kiss someone who wasn't your father. And I wish you hadn't seen him. I'm gonna start dating someday, though. Theo, Dad wanted me to, and
Mom, I swear to God, leave me alone. We can talk about this another time, or we don't have to at all. I don't know. I don't know anything except I want you to leave me alone.
Like this. This is oak. This house has good bones. Right? The rest of it might be crap, but we have this. We have a foundation, and I will not let you down.
And then,
look, maybe we do rush into things, but it's because we want them so badly. I want this movie.
Evan, stop. I want this too.
Maybe these floors were installed by a man building his own way to freedom. It's going to be a metaphor. And we are going to need it because this house is going to test us.
Go away. You didn't go away.
Nope.
I wish I was a fish. All they do is swim and nobody bothers them.
Sure they do. People try and catch them. Birds try and catch them. I bet being a fish is really stressful. Plus, you're a fish.
I was a parent fail today. I didn't go to the PTA meeting.
Yeah, I figured that out.
It wasn't a date.
It's okay to walk,
It wasn't.
but it would be okay if you did. I mean, it's what Scott wanted. If you didn't meet someone else.
It seems so hard. Hi, I'm Robin. My husband died. I have 5 kids. And this weird cabal of men helps me raise them. Who wants to date that girl?
Hope so.
Thanks.
Robin's vulnerable. You're the closest thing she has to Scott. Maybe you don't see it. But you're stepping way too close to the line. Kids need you too much to mess this up.
What did I tell you? Pick her up and give her some TLC.
Did things really get that bad for you? You rethink your split? There was this one night, a few months ago, and I had been home lately, and I was complaining about how things were. And as we were leaving, he was drunk.
Time to get some more.
He kissed me. You know what? He was drunk. And I was drunk. And I kissed him back. And for a second, because, look, it felt nice to feel sexy, desired. You kissed him back. It wasn't a big deal. And the point is, I didn't go home with him because I want you. Did he ask you to? You know how it is. I know how you are. Oliver! I am not going back to the first 2 years of our relationship, Peter. Come on, we weren't married that day. This is totally different. Yeah, it feels like a slippery slope. Come on, it was 15 years ago. Did you cheat? Because it sounds like it was 15 days ago with Eddie.
Desire can be dangerous. It can rip your heart apart.
How'd you tonight off?
Just fixing myself some weed.
Did you have a rough night?
You could say that.
I have a pretty great bottle of red at my place if you want.
Yeah. But desire can also be good. It can be life affirming.
I have my shoes this time.
So if you feel it, go for it. Reach for it. It's right
Robin.
there.
I'm Sam.
Oh, Marky, get the prettiest girl any guy in the world. Well, the other one I said we wanted to see.
Hang on, I'm going now. Okay? Give me some time.
What did I have in my own?
Well, yeah, I like to have that in my arms too. Mister.
What are you looking for?
I know exactly what I'm looking for. Will you just be patient?
I can't eat that.
Jeez.
I think that's a pretty good show. Oh, 6 seasons. Wow.
Yeah, you'll like this one.
Oh, is it? She did this. Yeah, girl. I think she did.
See that aspiring model there? That was me, Deb, until the day I died.
And there's
I thought it was straight to heaven, but there was a bit of a mix-up, and I woke up with someone else.
Will you just be patient, mister? Jeez.
So now, I'm Jane, a super busy lawyer with my very own assistant. I got a new life, new wardrobe, and the only people who really know what's going on with me are my girlfriend Stacy and my guardian angel friend. I used to think everything happened for a reason. And well, I'm sure that I was right.
Counselor? Hello, counselor. For God's sake, counselor, do you even know what you're doing? Are you going to call any witnesses?
Yes. Sir, yes, Your Honor.
I do. I am calling my first witness.
Yes?
Would my first witness step right up?
It's time to play What's the Verdict? Please, show the witness what she's won.
The moment we've been waiting for. What's behind the curtain?
What was behind the curtain? I don't know. I've had this dream every night for a week, and I never get to see what's behind the curtain.
Here's a point. Or Ewan McGregor. Maybe it's Ewan McGregor riding a pony.
Stacey, I am terrified in these dreams. I have no idea what I'm doing in court.
You know what Dr. Oz would say? These are stress dreams, that's all. I mean, look at yourself.
Do I have to?
You've gone into that office every single day and acted all lawyerly for 3 weeks straight. Have you ever worked this hard? Hello, Miami, body tan shoe. Hello, that was 1 week and you were on a yacht. You know what those dreams are telling you? You need a break. Pack a bag, hon. We're going on a road trip. Palm Springs. I can be ready to go in 15 minutes. Really? I thought you had a solution. New career strategy. I reject them before they reject me. Listen, I'm a model. No one's hiring me tonight. Come on, we leave now. You next in by you. You know what? So, I'm gonna go get dressed. We'll be working it out. No. It's paid. Somewhere in that building, there's a paycheck with my name on it, and when I find it, Palm Springs is on me. What do you think? I say, see you in an hour.
Malpractice?
Oh, it gets better. Malpractice against a shrink. I don't know much you love the shrinks.
But it's your case.
Was my case in Valiant. Conflict of interest.
What was the conflict?
My interest. I was sitting in the middle of death, though. You know what I realized? Life is short. This is when I have associates. You have an appearance in 45 minutes. Don't mess it up.
Casual Wednesday.
I've got a business trip in Palm Springs for
Continuing legal education.
just that. What you just said. You guys ride shotgun on this one?
I think you guys will get go out and you can show them the ropes.
Seriously, are all your clothes at the dry cleaners again?
I'm fine.
Let's get you into something a little less comfortable.
I'm taking the day off, Tammy.
Yeah, right. Since when do you say the words day off?
I just came in to get my paycheck. Speaking of which, where do I get my paycheck?
Bing. You look different. Did you do something to your hair?
No.
We've got a situation. Walk with me.
Bad news, worse news. What do you want to hear first?
I-
Your friend Judge Summers called this morning. She's vacating the verdict in Mason v. Ocean Park Trucking.
Is that the bad news?
Jury misconduct. Turns out one of the jurors failed to disclose a brother-in-law who worked for Ocean Park Trucking.
But Jane kicked ass on that trial. That win won you the corner office.
And how could I forget that?
Well, you're going to have to kick that ass again. There's going to be a retrial. Judge Summers wants to see you in chambers in an hour.
An hour? And no, that's not.
I know you have the memory of an elephant.
Hey!
It's a saying, not actionable. I had them pull every transcript, depo, motion from the first Mason trial in case there's anything you need to review. Get to work, Bingham.
Okay, repeat it back to me from memory this time.
Carl Mason drove trucks for Ocean Park Trucking. He was killed when he fell asleep at the wheel and represented his widow, Andrew.
Andrew has a 9-year-old son named Michael. Without her husband's income, they were about to be foreclosed on, and you moved in court.
That Ocean Park Trucking coerced him into driving dangerous and illegal double shifts. I won a kick-ass judgment and saved their house. I'm so good.
Any questions?
Just one. I just came in because it's payday. Do you think all this could wait till next week?
I don't know. Why don't you ask them?
Angie and Michael Mason, what are they doing here?
The case is being retried, which means they never received the money they want. I'm guessing she's worried they're going to lose their house.
Are they?
No. But they need to hear from you. Tell her it's going to be all right.
Jane, I know we should have called first, but when I got the news,
It's gonna be alright.
how can we have another trial? We already won.
Well, we're gonna win again. I promise.
Free Time Unlimited gives kids unlimited access to a world of content to explore. From books, movies and TV shows, apps, and games. To Alexa skills across your devices.
Of course she is. She's
And
Buffy.
with award-winning parental controls, you can find the right balance between education and entertainment for your kids. Search Free Time on Amazon and your mobile devices.
Are you ready to go home?
Yay! Yes!
There's no flying in baseball! You're 7 away, get out of here. See that?
Clearly, I am missing something here. I don't understand.
What I'm saying is maybe we could push the trial just a few days.
I understand what a continuance is, Ms. Bingham. What I don't understand is why you're asking for one.
Well, first of all, I need time to prepare.
Prepare? What's to prepare? It's like giving birth.
I've never actually done that.
The point is, it is a retrial. You've already done it once. And besides, you're the most thoroughly prepared lawyer I know.
I'm sure you're really good at something. Honestly, I really need a mental health day. I'm supposed to be on my way to the desert.
Counsel.
My best friend Stacy is in my office right now with a cooler and an iPod loaded for a trip music.
Is there something wrong with you? I mean, in the head, the noggin upstairs.
What? No,
I heard you got shot.
it's true. I did.
Did it affect your ability to reason, your judgment?
No, total flesh wound. It made me feel.
If you say so. My calendar is a mess. I want this off my docket. You start immediately. Get out of my office. Have a lovely day. Mental health day. It's like a mental health month.
I like it mental
Maybe a
health.
year.
Maybe it's
On the
somewhere
islands.
islands.
String bikini, a guy named Wong.
For the first year, Jake and I had the kind of marriage that made our friends jealous.
Until his second personality emerged.
Believe me, I know how that sounds.
Dissociative identity disorder.
You're familiar with it.
Very familiar.
Really?
I watched a lot of All My Children when I was studying for the bar.
I know it seems far-fetched, but trust me, it is real. Simon cannot be more different than Jake.
Simon is the man he turned into.
Jake is your basic type A, adventure-seeking, let's climb the Matterhorn this summer frat boy. That's the guy I fell for. Simon should work for the IRS. He's cranky, he hates people, spends all day in the library, will only eat foods that are white. You know the type?
I've dated them. If you were a dwarf, he'd be grumpy.
Exactly. I would come home from work and I wouldn't know which guy I was getting. I found this Dr. Farrar who specialized in this condition, and I convinced Jake to go. She treated him for 6 months, and she got rid of one of the personalities, all right. The wrong one.
So now you're stuck with Simon.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why do you think I'm suing?
We'll be ready.
Sure about this?
Psychiatric malpractice is always a gamble, but we limit our scope to negligent treatment. I think we've got a pretty strong case.
Boss?
Not yet. But someday.
This is a waste of my time.
Your Honor, you haven't even heard from me.
It seems to me Dr. Farrar did exactly what she was supposed to. She was given a patient with multiple personalities, and she sent back a patient with a single personality.
With all due respect, that's not the whole
I'm inclined to grant defense's motion on summary judgment.
Your Honor, we'd like to amend the complaint.
Excuse me?
We're not suing for malpractice.
Then what exactly are you suing for?
Wrongful death.
Are you kidding me? No one died.
Counsel,
Now, hear me out, Your Honor. The man that Celeste Garner fell in love with no longer exists. His thoughts, his hopes, his memories, all gone. Everything that made Jake Garner has been extinguished. But it's not a joke, Your Honor. Not to our client. Jake Garner is dead. Dr. Ferraro is responsible.
You've got my attention.
Cannot be
I just adjudicated 6 bankruptcies and 2 zoning disputes. Finally, something interesting. Your Honor, don't Your Honor me. I want to see if there's a case. I'm agreeing to a brief evidentiary hearing. This is tomorrow.
Who is she? Why does she make me feel the way I feel?
Who, Stacy? Oh, no. We are not doing this. You are here for me, Fred. You're not supposed to be ogling my friends. Are you even allowed to ogle? Isn't that against guardian angel rules?
I've heard about physical attraction before. Chemically, I understand it, but I've never experienced it.
What, you've never had a crush?
Up there, all I need are dead people.
Well, forget it, okay? Stacy's out of your league. You'll be setting yourself up for a world of hurt.
No, you don't understand. I look at this Stacy, and I can't help it. I want to do her grocery shopping, roof her house, hunt errands, bring her the meat.
Okay, I don't have time for this, Fred, but I'm telling you, it's never gonna happen. So just keep your meat to yourself. Really? No road trip? I'm sorry, she didn't postpone it. I tried everything, and she would all judgy on me. But at least you could go to your audition. I already missed it. Hey, Grayson didn't see you, did he? I've been hiding in here the whole time. But sooner or later, you're going to have to explain how we know each other. I think later. Here, I was going to wait until we got to Palm Springs to show you this. I made the paper. There's a but. Don't freak out. That's not me. What? They put in the wrong picture? Why does this always happen? I can't even die right. Don't worry, we'll fix it. I found some awesome pictures of you. You take one of these down to the paper and make them rerun it. Look. Spring break in Cabo. That was the best. What about this one? In the hot tub? I mean, that would make an amazing picture. I don't know. It's my final photo. A lasting impression. I just want it to be dignified. And it will be. You can totally Photoshop a bikini background. I am going to go home, crank up my thermostat, and pretend I'm just Excuse me. Some guardian angel. How could you let them screw up my obituary?
The last time I talked to Carl was the night of the accident. He was in Santa Fe and he called to tell us that he would see us the following day.
Because he missed you?
Because his boss was insisting that he push on through to LA.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Yeah, I don't think so. This would be a hearsay exception, seeing as how Carl Mason is unavailable due to him being dead.
Overruled.
Nice try. 16 hours of driving violates the Department of Transportation's hours of service regulation. Is that right?
Yes. There's an 11-hour limit. My husband knew that, but the company didn't care. They had what they call priority runs. And Carl's boss used to encourage Carl and the others to drive 16, 18 hours at a time.
And by encourage, you mean?
They said if he couldn't meet the deadline, regardless of regulations, he shouldn't bother coming back to work. That's why he was driving all night, to save his job.
Your witness.
I just have one question, Mrs. Mason. Who was it that fell asleep behind the wheel? Was it your husband, or was it Ocean Park Trucking Incorporated?
My husband.
Redirect, Your Honor. Who tucks your son in at night, you or Ocean Park Trucking Incorporated?
Your Honor.
He started it, Mr. Siegel. You can ask the question. I do. Now it's just me.
Just you. Does Michael still ask about his dad?
Every night, the same question. When's Dad coming home? Counselor, are you okay?
I need a moment. And what do you tell him?
I tell him that his dad is always with him, always loves him. And I pray to God that as he gets older, Michael doesn't forget his father. He won't.
You've got to be kidding me, Your Honor. Objection. Counsel's using a flagrant display of emotion to try and sway the jury.
No more questions. Counsel, approach, please.
I'm sorry.
It's just...
This isn't dinner for you.
Are you on some kind of medication? Is this post-traumatic stress?
No, it's just so sad. This little kid, and he won't see his father. It's cute.
I do not know what is going on with you, Jane. But turn off the waterworks and pull yourself together, okay? The last thing that you want is another mistrial. Are we clear?
Alexa, lock the front door.
Ring. Alexa, find the nearest gas station.
Alexa, play Going to School. Start Gabby's car.
Alexa, start Pete's car.
I love Audible because it's a lot of stress relief. It's a great escape.
So many great stories, amazing people. Makes me want to do that.
Changes your perspective. It makes you a different person.
What happened?
See what listening to Audible can do.
Will.
Got up and left.
I'm gonna come up here, Carol. Keep up with you.
Please show the court what's behind the curtain.
What are you doing?
The dream means that Jane Amy was trying to destroy the death of you.
No, come on.
And she's succeeding.
That's not true.
It's a little true.
Think about it. The only reason we're not in Palm Springs right now is because you had to work at your job. I'm trying to help my client and her kids. Who are you preparing? Sue yourself. You're the lawyer.
Do you know something? The only reason you wanted to go to Palm Springs was because you needed an excuse to miss another audition. Take that back. Oh, admit it. You are terrified of making the model of actress leap.
It's so not true.
It's a little true. So, you think about that. I'm going to be late.
Have a good day, Jane. Fred, what are you doing here?
I'm a messenger. It's my job. I deliver stuff. Here, I got your check.
You could have given this to me at the office.
Figured you might need it immediately. I'm thoughtful that way.
Fred, go back to the office. Don't do this.
Did we get any UPS guy?
Where's he?
Hi, Stacy, right? I'm Fred. You probably remember me from Jane's office. You probably heard her talk to me.
No.
Kind of keep everything running over there. I coordinate document delivery and retrieval.
He's a messenger who was just leaving.
But before I do, I was wondering if you would like to share a meal with me at a nice restaurant. I can pay.
Oh, you're asking me out. So sweet. I'm sorry, I'm just not in that place right now. Say hi to Pedro for me.
What does that mean?
It's just something we say.
So when do you think she's going to be in that place?
Never, Fred. She's saying she's never going to be in that place.
I heard there was blubbering.
Excuse me?
Judge Summers called. She was not happy. She thought,
It wasn't blubbering. I mean, it's really
you know why I hired you, man? I watched you in court. You were rock solid without any of the other nonsense, the drama. Blubbering.
I'm still rock solid. Even in arms.
Whatever you did with this trial the first time, do it again.
Don't worry. Apparently, I won this trial last time with the whistleblower. He goes back on the stand today. By the end of the day, the trial will be over. No more wish.
Make it so.
He's on.
Not only did I do nothing wrong, my treatment was so successful on submitting this case to psychiatric journals.
Did your protocol follow the American Psychiatric Association guidelines?
To a T.
Your witness.
Dr. Farrar, when Celeste Garner first came to see you, did you tell her you could help her husband?
Yes, I diagnosed dissociative identity disorder and told her I could treat it.
Did you tell her that you would restore Jake, her husband's personality, that you could get rid of Simon?
I did.
Is the fact that you failed miserably going to be in the first paragraph of your journal article?
Your Honor.
It's a good question.
I did not fail. During the course of treatment, I discovered that Jake, the personality that Celeste first met, was not the original personality. Jake was an elaborate and long-standing construct. He never really existed. Simon was the original personality. I did my job. I cured it.
When your patient paid for his visits, what name did he sign on his checks?
Jake Garner.
And his medical consent form, same thing, Jake Garner?
That's right, but you
Then tell me, if Jake Garner wasn't a real person, if he was a construct, as you say, how is the consent form he signed even valid? And haven't you committed fraud by cashing those checks? No further questions. I look forward to reading your article, Doctor. I'm sorry, I didn't think you were here. She was beautiful. Hello, am I interrupting?
No.
Jane, your face is all red. Are you flushing? No, I was running laps earlier.
What's up?
Parker wanted to know if we were free for dinner, updating on the case.
Sure.
Excuse me, I don't know to Parker. You have to get a wait or I mean, she's unbelievable. Boy, dinner with Parker. That girl was like a Venus flytrap with birds. Mr. Sikansky, thank you for joining us again. How long did you work as a truck driver for Ocean Park Trucking?
9 years.
And do you recognize the president of Ocean Park Trucking in this room?
Yeah, that's Mr. Hall right there.
And sitting next to him?
That's Gary Monroe, VP of Operations.
Mr. Sikansky, is it true that on at least 6 different occasions, Mr. Monroe threatened to fire you if you refused to drive an illegal double shift?
No.
And isn't it true that... Excuse me?
I said no.
No, he didn't threaten to fire you on 6 different occasions?
No, he didn't. No one at that company ever asked me to drive a double shift.
Do you maybe want to take a moment and try answering that question again?
Objection asked and answered twice.
Yeah, I can count, Counselor. Sustained.
But Your Honor, he's... Permission to treat Mr. Sagansky as a hostile witness.
Proceed.
10 months ago, you sat in this room and testified that executives at Ocean Park Trucking told you to break regulations and coerced you into driving illegal double shifts. Were you lying then, or are you lying now?
10 months ago, I was a mess because my friend Carl had been killed, and I was looking for someone to blame.
Are you kidding me?
Counsel.
But Your Honor, aren't you going to do anything about this?
Objection.
We're going to take a recess.
What? No! It's all in a transcript. This isn't fair! How much did they pay you to change your story?
Your Honor, objection.
Ms. Bingham, I am warning you. Zip it.
Me? What about him? This witness is quite obviously a big fat freaking liar.
Okay, that's it.
And if you can't see it, you might as well trade in that polyester robe for a big fuzzy moo-moo.
Enough! Bailiff, take Miss Bingham into custody. I'm holding her in contempt.
What? What did I say?
I'm not talking to you.
What are you going to do? Hold your breath till I leave? Come on. You know, I always thought that you could have a little more passion in the courtroom, but I think you overcompensate.
You know what happened in court to me wasn't fair.
Fair? You remember the summer you clerked for me?
Vaguely.
The Turner case? I planted a flag, equal pay for equal work. I was overturned on appeal. That wasn't fair. Remember what you told me?
Vaguely.
That the system was about due process. That if I wanted fair, I should go to a fairgrounds.
I said that to you. Did you slap me?
No. Maybe I should have. You're going through something, aren't you? You're not the same. I'm not. You want to tell me about it?
You wouldn't believe me if I did.
Okay. I'm going to have to keep you in here till about 9 o'clock. Otherwise, everyone's going to think I've gone soft. After that, have someone from your firm come and sign you, right? Jane, think about getting some help. You'll see it in court.
I apologize on Parker's behalf. This last minute text cancellation, very tacky.
Okay.
We'll get even order the most expensive things on the menu and bill him. If you still like to.
I'm gonna turn down a free meal.
May we have the wine list, please? Thank you.
So, guess we just update each other. The case seems to be going well.
Thanks to you, wrongful death, stroke of genius. When we win, I'll make sure Parker knows.
Oh, it's fine. You don't have to.
Don't do that. Quietly competent doesn't mean Parker. That just sounds really cutthroat. Okay. You need to work on your poker face.
So I should get that.
Just let it go. I can't imagine.
Look. Jane, is everything all right? Where are you? People actually kill themselves with shoelaces.
I'll let you know. I'm so sorry I wrote your night.
Jane, it's fine.
No, I tried Terry. I even tried the new mailroom guy.
Don't apologize. Like you didn't know anything. Fucking never even showed.
Don't say.
We really called him a liar to his face, right in the middle of court.
Actually, I think my exact words were big fat frickin' liar. And then I have to burn the transcript.
Hey, show the jury you care.
Oh my god, I cared so much I got thrown into jail. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I have no idea how I'm gonna win this case. Without my whistleblower,
How do you prove they are big fat fucking liars? Sometimes you don't have to prove it at all. Remember trial advocacy?
are they a band?
You don't always have to prove that they're liars. You just have to get them to believe that you can prove it. Sometimes it's not about the law at all. Sometimes
It's just acting.
Oh,
It's just, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to people talking to me like I'm a lawyer.
Be honest. I still feel like a fraud every time I step in the room. Like I'm wearing my dad's suit and it's all exact.
It's not. Not to my clients.
I thought you put me in rancher.
This is a terrible idea. No, it's not. Hey, think of it as an acting job. This can help me win my case.
Okay, how do I do you know small business?
Yeah, sure. In a porno movie. All right, come here. We can work with this.
I know, Jane. I think you were right. I keep skipping auditions because what if I'm a model who can't act?
Listen to me. You are Cameron Diaz, not Cindy Crawford.
Cameron Diaz, not Cindy Crawford.
Cameron Diaz, not Cindy Crawford. Oh, here you go. I'm going to need you a business card.
Oh, I love props. Excuse me, are you Mr. Monroe?
Yes, I am.
I own a small produce company and we have what I call a shipping emergency.
How can I help you, Ms. Barrett?
I have 1,500 South American cantaloupes sitting on a dock in San Pedro that need to be in Chicago by 6 p.m. tomorrow night or I lose my biggest client.
6 p.m. 2,000 miles. That's got to be a little bit close.
Please, Mr. Monroe, I'm desperate. Can you help me get my melons to Chicago?
My name is Simon. Simon Dewey.
You've had that name and personality. How long?
Since I was born.
Who is Jake Garner?
Jake is a born frat boy. And loved a good dirty joke. Everybody's best friend. And did very well with women.
I don't need
Jake met Celeste the summer after graduation. It was Jake who proposed.
When did Simon, when did you reemerge?
Well, after the wedding, when things calmed down and we moved, I started showing up again. And it was then that she sent me to see Lois. Dr. Farrar.
Thank you.
So you're Simon, pretty much all the time. And Jake is nowhere to be seen. Why do you suppose that is?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of Dr. Farrar's treatment.
Dr. Farrar got rid of Jake.
She made it safe for me to assert myself.
How'd she do that?
It was a combination of medication and intensive sessions. She told me it was okay for me to be myself. She showed me compassion.
In her office? Did Dr. Farrar, did Lois ever show you compassion outside of her office? Remember, you're under oath. Yes or no, did you ever see your doctor outside of the office?
Yes.
Just one more question. Are you sleeping with your psychiatrist, Simon? Is that why she got
Objection, Your Honor. Do not answer that.
You bitch! I sent you my husband so you could help him and you slept with him? I only slept with Simon. I never touched Jim. Oh, well, guess what, Doc? They share a penis!
Ladies, come on. There's nothing this to go around.
Ooh. Jake?
How you doing, baby?
Show's over. I want to see counsel in my chambers. Now.
Let's go down to the underdog. Keep on keeping it what you love. Alexa, who Alicia Keys?
Woo, woo, woo. Oh. Do not need a
The curb. It's probably not something you thought about. Unless you were parking, or skating, or trying to save the oceans. But now, curbs are having a moment. From restaurants, to your veterinarian, to CarMax. Contactless curbside pickup. You can shop online and complete the purchase from the safety of your new car. Because that's the way it should be. CarMax.
Even if she slept with him, and I'm not stipulating
Just
it.
admitted in open court.
The fact that her husband isn't dead is our defense.
Enough. Well, look. As entertaining as this has been, there's only so much a judge can take. I've reached a decision. Mr. Browers is right. I don't see wrongful death.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That case will not be moving forward.
In which case, we wish to refile malpractice.
Excuse me?
Dr. Farrar didn't kill anyone, but she did sleep with her patients. I don't know about you, but that sure sounds like malpractice to me.
File the paperwork. Legal witnesses Monday morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come on, babe. I know this is complicated. We can figure this out.
Forget, Jake.
Actually, it's like
Simon, Jake, whatever. It's over. I'm breaking up.
she wants us to do.
There's not enough money in the world.
My name is Gary Monroe. I'm the Vice President of Operations for Ocean Park Trucking.
Mr. Monroe, are you familiar with the Department of Transportation's hours of service regulations?
Of course, it's my job to be.
And how often would you say you encourage your drivers or coerce them to break those regulations?
Never. At Ocean Park Trucking, we value the safety of our drivers above all else.
Even if that means you can't deliver on time for a client?
Miss Bingham, you're not listening. We wouldn't even accept the job in the first place if it meant we had to violate DOT regs.
Really?
Yes, really. Are we done?
Counsel?
Look, we know what's going on here. This is a big waste of everybody's time.
Is it now? Mr. Monroe, do you recognize the woman who just entered the courtroom?
Objection. We received no notice of an additional witness.
She's not a witness, Your Honor. Not yet. For now, think of her as Exhibit A. Stacy Barrett, step right up.
Your Honor, this is trial by ambush. This is the first we've heard of any Stacy Barrett.
Oh, really? Then why does your witness look like he's about to pass out? I suspect he's familiar with her. Did you need some water, Mr. Monroe?
Counsel, is there a problem?
Your Honor, we'd like a short recess.
Fine, we'll take 10 minutes. Welcome back, Counselor.
Welcome back, Counselor.
Thank you. Seems there's going to be a change in management at Ocean Park. Paul and Monroe are out, and your check is on its way. Is there a house? Honey, you can add a second story.
I know I've said this before, but thank you again, Jane.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad I could help again. Take care of each other.
Thank you.
So,
That's a good feeling.
tell me about the settlement. Same as last time?
More or less.
More or less?
We'll take the first figure and double it.
Not bad.
Now double it.
Really?
Oh, Mr. Parker, how was poker last night?
Don't ask, never ask.
The guy hasn't missed a Thursday night poker game in like 10 years. You gotta admire that commitment.
Haven't seen you around all day. I won my case. What's wrong?
Mad at me?
What you said before about Susie, that she's on my lead, it seems harsh, but I guess it's true.
No, Fred, I didn't mean it.
No, you did. And I should have listened to you the first time.
No, I didn't use the right words. I wasn't being sensitive. Fred, I haven't known you very long. I'm not exactly sure what you are, let alone who, but from what I can tell, you're in a league of your own. And sooner or later, you will find a girl who wants season tickets to that league, to your league. And yeah, I know I'm smart now, but I'm not making sense of it.
I'm just confused. It hurts.
What about this? The sea is filled with many fish.
Yeah, stop. Look, I know I'm supposed to be your guardian angel, but I'm new here. And you kind of have to be mine a little bit too. Just tell me, could someone like me ever wind up with someone like? Is it really impossible?
Look at me, Fred. Anything's possible. Hey, best friend, I am you. God, that was a good day, huh? Still buzzing.
Parker's never come to dinner last night, was he?
What? Of course he was. No, he's.
Sam, that wasn't a question. I know.
Well, I wanted to. I wanted to have dinner with you, and
So you had to manipulate me into going.
it's kind of my default.
Yeah. How's that working for you? I lost Dad less than a month ago. I don't need to be manipulated right now.
I'm sorry.
The thing is, if you would just call and ask, you want to grab something to eat, I would say yes.
Amy, I'm telling you, I was so good. I was in the moment. I actually believed I had 1,500 rotting melons in San Pedro. If there was an Academy Award for Best Produce Company President in a pending lawsuit, you'd totally be nominated. I totally win. Woohoo! I'm so sorry about Palm Springs. I'll try not to let work get in the way of everything. Palm Springs will always be there. What about next week? Any day but Wednesday. I have an audition. And I'm going to you. To Making the Leap. To Cameron Diaz. Oh my god. I totally forgot. Today's. They reran your obituary. Stace, you are the best. How did you do this? Me? I don't have that picture. I thought it was you.
Hey.
I was headed out and I saw you were working late. And, I don't know. I was wondering if you'd like to grab something to eat.
That'd be nice.
What was that about? Oh, you have puppy.
Hard getting up when you're holding her Royal Highness in your arm.
Uh-huh.
Really difficult to do that. Be going to bed in a minute.
We will?
Sure is. Oh, okay. I definitely plan to take a shower. I need to let it warm up when I'm trying to get it out. And I think let the bubble too low.
Uh-oh.
Warm up a bit. You know, I do like that show.
Uh-huh. Okay, you ready?
What?
We gotta watch But Before We Go to Bed show. Alexa, play The Mind Project on Hulu.
Here's what I found.
Alexa, go to Pinky and the Brain.
You're from Hulu.
Alexa, go to Hulu and play Pinky and the Brain. Cut that out, Willard. Oh, I'm trying to do something. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. We'll skip that. Look on that later. Okay. I have no idea where it's going. Okay, here we go, Will. Are you ready? Oh, I have to get the whatchamacallit. I'll wait till you get, to get the whatchamacallit. Well, I'm gonna close it down for that. I'll be back on later tomorrow.